Kenzie's Corner with Jim Kenzie.
It won't be long before we have 1 million cellular phone users in this country. And don't they all seem to be dawdling along in the fast lane directly in front of you? Research has shown that the issue isn't the loss of physical dexterity by holding onto a handset, it's the mental engagement. So you're basically driving impaired when you're talking on the phone. What's more important to me now? Answering that phone call? Or not crashing into that school bus? I don't think I have to answer that question for you. That guy makes a lot of sense. He's good looking too. Well, we're here at Ontario Place in Toronto, and we're trying to learn more about how to become better drivers. The event is presented by Labatt, yes, a brewery, and we'd like to kind of think that our comments about safe driving over the years on this television show have maybe inspired this, but in fact, Labatt's been in the safe driving game since at least 1929. Let's find out more.
We at Labatt have been bringing people together for, well over 170 years, communities, people, and that's exactly what today is about, is bringing communities and people together to talk about the importance of road safety. Distracted driving, as an example, is something we know is growing. Cell phones are becoming more and more important. And people are using them all the time. How can we take the learnings that we've had around drinking and driving and help stop people from distracted driving?
Over here, the last thing is tailgating. So tailgating is dangerous if you're right behind a guy, right? You always think you're not too close, and just so somebody else can't get in there. So you get nice and close, and when he stops, guess what happens? It's the back of him. So the idea here is to distract them, to show them they don't know what they don't know, right? So if they're looking at a sign, they miss a stop sign, that kind of thing. So we get them to do that. We also show them the difference in the stopping distance between 40 kilometers an hour and 60 kilometers an hour. So if you knew it took an extra car length and a half to stop, when the kid runs out in front of you, that car length and a half is a big deal. And then we do a little tailgating thing. And why do we tailgate? It's because cars try to get in front of us, right, on the highway. So what you do is you scoot up there. And so, but how close is too close? So today we find out you get too close, the other car stops when you don't expect it, like always happens on Canadian highways. And then you simulate going into the back of him, but you actually miss him because you're in a different lane. But you get to understand that you're too close. You're never going to stop. The instructor's in the passenger seat. He's giving them instructions as they go around the track. So the driver not only has to pay attention to the passenger, also has to pay attention out the window. We've got some exercise out there to distract them. That's our job, is to distract them today, and their job is not to be distracted.
For a long time, impaired driving has been our top road safety issue, but in fatal collisions and also in self-reported behavior, we've seen significant increases. So as many people on our roads are killed as a result of distracted driving as are killed as a result of impaired driving.
One of the things that we want people to learn is that the road environment can change in just 1 second. So often people will say, well, I'm a better than average driver, so I can drive a little bit faster. The reality is you don't know what other people are going to do. So for that reason, it's important to not speed and to keep your eyes and your attention on the road at all times. Research has shown that it takes an average driver approximately 3/4 of a second to understand what's going on around him or her, and it takes approximately another 3/4 of a second before you can begin to respond. So if it takes you at least a second and a half to respond to the situation, then it's clear that this 1 second that you may have can change your life drastically.
And you're finding a lot more people using their phones. You see it on the roads all the time.
Constantly. Even when I'm in my fully marked scout car, I could be driving right beside someone and they'll be so in-depth in their conversation, they won't even realize I'm actually right beside them, looking at them use their phone.
I'm here to learn something new. I'm sure there's going to be some bad habits that need broken, so I'm looking forward to seeing what I need to work on.
There's a road safety program that goes back exactly down to 1929 that we instigated way back when, and I think it's a credit to the commitment we've had about keeping our communities safe for so many years.
Today was a really great exercise. We spend time looking at the research, and today we had an opportunity to share the research with drivers on the road and also give them that practical experience of what it feels like so that they understand risks. So it's been a great partnership with Labatt, and we encourage other employers to invest in road safety for all their employees.
I got a perfect score, which is great, and I learned a lot. I think it's Yeah, we try hard to pay attention, but they were trying to trick you along the way and teach you the pieces that went with it. So it was interesting. It was fun. A lot of fun. Learned a lot.
What did you learn?
To always pay attention to my surroundings. I was unfortunately one of the individuals that missed the stop sign because the whole point of it was to distract me, so I guess they succeeded. Have to be careful, you have to, otherwise it can be someone's life, it can be my life, and that's just not okay.
It was a lot of fun, really interesting. It was interesting not having ABS or power steering, not something that we're used to, but really interesting to avoid distractions and maneuver through the pylons. Really valuable lesson for us.
Perfect score. Had a perfect instructor, of course, but perfect score today, but I definitely learned the importance of that 1 second. We continue to focus on zero complacency around drinking and driving, and obviously the end game is to stop that altogether. But we think it's really critical for us to broaden our scope as a big company in Canada that cares about our people, our employees, and of course the communities that we live and brew in. It's critically important for us to expand our scope and leverage some of those learnings going forward.